So if you ever feel like there's no way out in your life, remember to have courage. Once upon a time, in a desert that was so vast, there was one caravan that was traveling through this desert. They looked like ants walking through a sea of bright yellow. They began to notice that they could only travel during the night because it was so hot. But when the nighttime came and the sky was dark, the stars began to make their mark. And reflecting in the navigator's eyes, the map of the desert revealed itself. They could find their way easily and quickly to the other end of the desert. And on the last day that they were about to finish their journey, so all of the men cheered and ate all the food, drank all the water to celebrate. And after that, the navigator said, "Okay, we can begin our journey once more." And as the stars were twinkling in the navigator's eyes, he began to become hypnotized by their beauty. As they shined and changed and twinkled, he began to become sleepier, his eyes heavier. And as he slumped back, he drifted away into sleep. The next morning, the navigator woke up. The day was hot once more. He looked off into the vast distance, not knowing where he was. And suddenly the merchant came out from the back and asked, "Are we there yet?" And the navigator began to sweat little by little, knowing that he had just made a terrible mistake. All the lives of everyone in the caravan was now in danger. But he told the leader of the group, the merchant, what had happened, that he fell asleep during the night. The merchant, at first, was in a panic, but he began to gather himself because he knew if he panicked, everyone else would roar in fear. So he maintained his composure. He looked around, he gathered everyone and told them, "Okay, everyone, we have to be strong because we have no idea where we are. We have no idea where the end of this journey is. And we have no water and we have no food." And you could see the fear in all of the people's eyes. And from that fear, he decided that he would overcome this. He would bring hope into their eyes once more. So he looked around, gathered all his courage, and walking around, looking for a way out, he saw a patch of green grass. This green grass was so bright in this endless sea of yellow, the hot air suffocating them. And so he decided to get the shovel and dig. His friend next to him was asking, "What are you digging for? What are you looking for? There's nothing in this hot desert." He just continued to dig, knowing that there was a way. And as he continued to dig, he hit a rock, and he put his ears to the rock and heard the sound of a gurgling. And at that point, he knew that this patch of grass was there because there was an underground river of water. And so he continued to dig, but the shovel continued to break little by little, tink, 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 and it wouldn't go through. The merchant's courage began to dwindle, and as his courage began to dwindle, everyone around the caravan began to sink in sadness because they knew that they were going to die. But one man who was very strong decided that this was not going to be the end of him. And so he took the shovel from the merchant and said, "I will break this rock." And with a mighty swing of his arms and the shovel, he broke through the entire rock. Boom! And from the sand, a mighty geyser of water exploded and flew up into the sky. And everyone around the caravan enjoyed dancing in this water as it showered down, bringing coolness, refreshment to their very souls. And from there, they could gather enough water to make their journey across the desert. And so from this story, if the merchant decided that he was going to give up, that he was going to die right there when the navigator told him they were lost, then everyone in that caravan would have died. But because he had the courage to believe that there was something waiting to help them, he was able to find that green patch of grass. So if you ever feel like there's no way out in your life, remember to have courage and wait and look for that green patch of grass that will lead you to your way out and give you time, give you energy, give you the resources to cross the desert. Thank you for listening.